So for now, we will go through the process of creating a Facebook page. And the first thing that I want us to go through are the requirements, which would be a page name, the cover image, the profile photo, and the page details. In terms of the page name, if your business is already registered, then you might proceed to use the registered name of the business. But if it's not, then I would want you to do a bit of research when creating the page name. For example, I'm going to use a brand that we're trying to create in terms of crochets. It's a product which are crochets. So the product is crochets. But if I create a Facebook page with the name crochets, you might run into some trouble because I'm assuming there are many pages with the word crochets. So you'd have to do a bit of research. One good way of doing research is to go to Google, then simply type crochets. So you see that you get a lot. Even if someone just does a search of crochets, they'll get a lot. So you might want to, for example, change. You say instead of using C, what if I use a K? So you see, now you're trying to be more specific. So there's another person called K Crochets or another business, and this is much easier. But you know that now you get an idea to say that there are other businesses which also do crochets. So in my case, after I did some research, I decided to say I'm going to use KH to spell out crochets. But if you can see here, you see that there's another person with a page name crochets, meaning if I create a Facebook page or an Instagram page, that name would have already been taken. So I would have to be competing with that person. So there are many ways of doing it, but make sure that you do a bit of research. So for now, I'll stick with that one. So that would be the page name. Once your page name is done, you would also want to prepare your cover image and profile photo. When I say cover image, this is the image that's given on the cover. So for example, let me search research National Publications Limited is fine. So this image here where they're saying donate to safe motherhood and whatnot, that's the cover image. And here where they have NPA or their logo, that's the profile photo. So that those are the two images that we're talking about. And you notice that the cover image is longer sideways as compared to top to bottom. So that's what we mean when we say landscape and not portrait for the cover image. It has to be longer sideways and not short from top to bottom. Profile photo has to be a square because it's usually rounded. As you can see again, it's usually around right here. It's usually round, so you want your profile photo to be a square so that when it's rounded, it will still be okay. So once you have those, then basically you also fill in the details. So for the next part, I'm going to go through the process of creating a cover image because it's possible you might have a lot of images, but how do you make sure that they're the right size? So we are going to use CANVA to do that. So you open your CANVA, the CANVA application right here. So once you open it, you let it load up. And what I'm looking for is the plus sign at the bottom here. So once you place it, you want to create a custom size. So you click custom size. So you notice there's width, height. So what we want is a portrait image. So the width has to be higher than the height. So in my case, I'll just do 4000 by 3000. So the width has to be longer than the height. So at least either 4000 by 3000 or 4000 by maybe 2600. So you click create design. So you see you have this blank canvas. So that's the size of the image. And the plus sign here, once you place on the plus sign, what it's tempting you to do now is to add things on that blank canvas. So what we want to add is an image. So click on text. So you see down at the bottom you have templates, elements, gallery, uploads, text. So what we want is uploads, so that we upload the image that we want. So upload media, it will take you to your photos. So you have to make sure that you know where your photo is. So in my case, I had already prepared a folder for all the images that will be used for the page. So they're all images of the crochets that will be used for the page. So you pick the one that you need. In our case, this was the one that we're supposed to use. So you let it upload. Right here, you see that it's uploading. So you see the little bar at the bottom. It will be moving. So once it uploads, you'll be allowed to use it on the canvas. So you see for now it hasn't uploaded yet, but you can always check it again. So let's do here. It's almost done uploading. And once it's done, you can reposition the image and enlarge it as well. So in this case, we'll have to enlarge it by pulling the corners. So now we have a better image. The next thing, you want to add words on the image. So you click on the plus again. Now instead of clicking uploads, now we want to add text. So you go to text right here. So you'll be given a lot of templates. So you can either choose a template for the text or you can add your own text. So these are the templates if you go down here. So you can browse through. The ones that are written Pro here means they are the ones that you can buy, but the ones without the Pro, then they are the free ones. So in my case, I want a K with this type of font here, so I can use it. So I just click on it. So you see it's very small down there. So I can go down here to click font size so that I can increase the font size, enlarge it a bit. And then you see it's a group. I can choose to ungroup it so that I can edit them on their own. So I can click this one, put it at the side, then click the words that I wanted. First I'll change the color to white so that it's more visible. Then I'll edit the words to crochets. There we go. So I've maximized the font color, but it's still not as big as I wanted it to be. So I can drag the sides. And you see it's getting bigger. Then the other words that I had here, I can choose to edit them by putting a phone number. So if someone decides to download the image, at least they'll have a number and be like, oh, I saw this somewhere, and they'll have at least a way to contact you. But the number is big again, so I'll reduce the font size and change the color and position it down here. That's more like it for me. So next thing I'll download. So at the top bottom here, you see there are several options, either to upload or to download. So I'll choose the download, the arrow that points down. So it will say preparing your design. So once it finishes up, it means it has saved to your phone. For now, it means it's saving online. But once it finishes, then it means it has downloaded to your phone. In this case, then it's done. Just to cross check. So now that we are done with the cover image, I also want us to go through the profile image. So at the very top here, you see there's a house. So click on it. Basically to take you to the home page. So that we start the process again. So if you click on the home image again, click on the plus sign, custom size. But now remember that a profile photo has to be a square. So I'll use 1000 by 1000. Whatever number, the bigger the number, the better, but it has to be the same. The width and the height have to be the same. Then you have the blank canvas again. So we will repeat the process. First, we have to make sure that we add the photo. So we have to upload the image, the one that we want to use. So you go through, like as I said, I had already prepared a folder for the images that would be used. So in this case, here we go. So you let it load up. So you notice that the image, if you look at it, it's a bit longer, as in the height is longer than the width. But we'll crop it up either way, because the canvas is a square in our case. So as I was pointing out, you see that it's bigger. So you have to enlarge it by pulling the corners until it fills up your canvas. And there you go. We'll go back to the process. Now we have to add the text. You go to text. So this is the one that we had earlier. Change it to white, the color first. So we change the color to white. And since the text is grouped, we chose to ungroup it. So we can edit each on its own. So we'll put this down so we can edit this. And we change that to crochets. This one we resolve to use a phone number, so that if someone downloads, at least they will say, oh, I like this set, let me use the number that they had. And in our case, we just want to increase the font size. And that's okay for me. You click on download. It says something went wrong, so we just have to try again. This time around it has saved. So we are done with the preparation that we want. So we have the cover image, we have the profile photo. The next thing now is to do the actual creation of the page. So to do that, you have to go to your Facebook, then here you press there, you see pages here. For other people it may not come right at the top, but you see there's a lot of things here. You just have to search and see where the pages is. If it's not there, you can also click on see more. So there'll be a lot, but just search where pages is, then click on pages, then create, then get started down here. It will ask you what your page name is, so we'll use the one that we have chosen, crochets. Then it's asking the category, so you can choose search. So in our case, it's either clothes or fashion. So try to search clothes. In this case, a clothing brand. Or clothes, so you have to choose one. So I'll choose the first one, it's a clothing brand. Then next, it's asking, do you have a website or not? In our case, for now, we haven't created the website yet, so we can click on skip. And you get to this part where it's saying add cover photo and add profile image. So if I add cover photo, I have a lot of images, but now we'll use the one that we had chosen. Click that. It will ask you to crop it up a bit, and there we go. Click on save. Same thing, add profile picture. We'll choose the one that we had chosen so that it will look like that. Click save, and you click done. So you have a lot of pop-ups. It will ask you, do you want to add a WhatsApp number and whatnot. For now, we'll just skip those parts. But essentially, your page is created. So if someone searches crochets on Facebook, it will come like this. So you see it's still uploading the images, but basically the page will look like that. So I can make a post on the page, I can make a photo, post on the image. So if I click on post, you see to choose whether I want to make a post as a photo or video or just text, whichever the case. But at this point, your page has been created. If you click on viewers, it's basically asking you to see what do people see. When people click on the page, how does it look like? So when people click on the page, it looks like that. So the next part would be to edit the page, to put a website, put the details, where are you located and whatnot. But on a basic level, this is how you create the page. So on edit page here, this will allow us to change a lot of things. It can be a shopping, you can change the template. If you click on viewers, you see there's posts, reviews, photos, shops, offers. You can change the way these things appear. So that's what template means. So if I click on edit, you see there's a lot of templates. It can be business template. So if you click on business template, so you see basically create action button and whatnot. So you can experiment with these, but that's what template does. Page header, same thing. How do you want the page header to look like? Here we can create a username. In most cases, it will not allow you to create a username when you've just created your page, but we can try. It has allowed us, so we can create a username. And it has been created. But it's possible that sometimes they can tell you that you're not allowed to create a username because maybe your page has just been created. So you see now it looks like that. So go back to edit page info. So issues of add a website, add description, add contact number, add location, add the hours that you work, and all those things you can edit from there. The buttons, this is what you want people to do when they see your page. So you can put a message, so it can be a button which says message us now, or contact us now, or visit our website, but it's something that come when people click on the page. Seems it's failing to load at the moment, but basically those are the key things. So the button is here, this part. So this would have been the button here. But that's the basics of creating a page and the tools you would need to make sure that your page has been created.